welcome to another Friday night. I want to talk tonight about a new area of complex trauma, a new cause of complex trauma for sadly many, many people, and that is cyberstalking. Some of you will be familiar with this term, some of you won't. So let me just kind of explain it to begin with. It's the use of the internet or other electronic means to harass or stalk somebody else. So it's essentially the digital equivalent of stalking, using online tools and technologies to harass, intimidate, or frighten someone. So some statistics that have just been published by the Safe Home organization, and you can see them online, are very disturbing. So as many as 7.5 million people experience cyberstalking each year. That's a lot of people. 80% of all stalking victims are tracked using technology, while 67 are stalked in person. And some people experience both types of stalking. 69% of stalking victims experience substantial emotional distress, and we'll talk about that more in a minute. The fear that cyberstalking victims experience, though, is often higher than it is for those who experience in-person stalking. Nearly 1 in 10 Americans has had a personal GPS device hacked or tracked without their permission. That's 10%. 67% of stalking victims usually know their stalker. 61% of cyber stalkers use everyday tools like smartphones, text messaging, email, and around 10% use malware or phishing to hack into their victims' accounts. As many as 41% of undergraduate students, so college and university, have experienced cyberstalking. So it's almost half. 16% of cyberstalking victims, 18 to 24 years old, said that their perpetrators shared sexually explicit photos or videos of them without their consent. Less than a third of stalking victims report the crimes to police. So we probably still don't have super accurate statistics because it's not being reported very well. Women are more than twice as likely as men to experience cyberstalking. LGBTQ plus individuals are at an increased risk. They are 3 times more likely to experience online harassment or cyberstalking. So this is a huge issue. It's becoming a big issue, and that's why I want to talk about it. So let me give you the kind of 4 main categories of cyberstalking. So there's vindictive cyberstalking, and so that's when somebody is sending you threats on the internet. Then there's composed cyberstalking, and that involves kind of just annoying you, harassing you. And then there's intimate cyberstalking, and usually involves a person's ex or a person infatuated with the victim that's stalking you. And then there's collective cyberstalking, where a person is targeted by a group of individuals. That leads us to the different types of cyberstalking that are out there, and there are becoming a lot. So there's, again, harassment via messaging or social media. So it's repeated or unwanted messages or comments or direct messages being sent to you all the time that just harasses you. So constant texting, tagging you in all their posts, sending threatening messages. So you can imagine that just starts to create anxiety, fear, constantly being watched. It's just a very scary thing. Then the next one is online impersonation. So this person who's stalking you creates false profiles of you or of your email to harass or defame somebody. So it looks like it's coming from you, but it's not. That's becoming a big thing. So they're pretending to be the victim to post false statements, to sign up for spam for you, to sign you up for dating sites. And that happens all the time. And you can, again, imagine that's going to damage your reputation, your identity. So much can happen. And then there's doxing, and that's publishing your private info. So they share your personal information, your address, your phone number, where you work, and they put it online without your consent. And so again, you can imagine that increases your risk of your safety. It produces a whole bunch of emotional distress because your information is getting out there, and they're just doing this to intimidate you, to show they have power over you. They can destroy you. And then the next one is using location tracking or surveillance. So they use GPS, or they use an AirTag or spyware. So they can hack into your smart devices, or they can hide trackers in your personal belongings. And so all of a sudden they know exactly where you are. They can follow your phone and see where you are, or they can spy on you because there's hidden cameras, or they can hear you, hidden microphones. That just creates severe paranoia. Whole loss of autonomy comes with that. And then it can go beyond that to hacking and digital intrusion. So they hack into your personal accounts, your devices, your data. Now they can look at your photographs. They can look at all your emails, all your messages, all your personal data. They steal photos. They steal messages. So they totally invade your privacy. And that can often lead to them using it to blackmail you or to steal your identity theft, and then they sign up for different things as you. Then there's revenge porn or non-consensual image sharing. So they somehow talk you into sharing intimate photos, or they hack into your phone and find intimate photos or videos, and then they start to publish them or share them with others without your consent. Or an ex-partner who may have some photos from the past, they can now put them out on the internet to humiliate you, to blackmail you, to try to control you, to get you back to the relationship, to do certain things. And so the emotional trauma that comes out of that, the potential legal complications that come out of that, the social harm. So as I'm talking about this, some of you may have experienced this, and some of you are finding this is becoming very triggering for you. If you need to stop and talk to somebody and come back, that is perfectly fine. I just want to help people get a full understanding of what is going on in this online world now. The next form of cyberstalking is cyberbullying, public shaming. So there's a coordinated attack on your character, often on public posts. So your Instagram, your Facebook, YouTube, they start just saying repeatedly the same negative comments. They spread rumors about you. They talk about stuff you've maybe done in your past that's part of your past identity. All of that is to just make you look bad, to bully you, to maybe then threaten you, blackmail you, to shame you, to mess your reputation up. It could be a form of revenge. It could be a form of just gaining power over you. But that happens. And the devastation of that is huge. The shame it can create is huge. And then you get people who just, they fall in love with you, and so now they just comb obsessively through all of your social media because they just can't get enough of you, and they're looking at all your pictures, and they maybe comment on you. They may join the same groups as you, the same forums as you, just so they are exposed to you as much as possible. They're constantly liking every post that you make and making comments about it. And then you get people that create fake accounts. So it's known as catfishing in order to follow you. So you may have blocked them in other things from trying to follow you. So they create these fake accounts so they can follow you through that. Some go so far as to send you unwanted gifts or items just to show their admiration for you. So you got all of that happening. Or they bombard you with so sexually explicit photos of themselves, thinking that's going to turn you on and make you interested in them. There's a note that I need to make, and it's in connection with narcissists. So narcissists, if you've been in a relationship with one and you're trying to get out of one, before you get out of it, sometimes they do what we call now cyber gaslighting. So narcissistic relationships are all about gaslighting the other person to say, it's not my fault, I just had a bad day. It's your fault, it's your friends, you need to break away from your family. Like gaslighting constantly to control your thinking, to get you to only depend on them and to only trust them. So what they can do in cyber gaslighting is they can hack into your phone and confuse you by texting themselves from your phone number. So all of a sudden a text shows up on their phone from you, and they come back to you and show it to you, and you go, I didn't send that. Well, you must have sent it because it's from your phone. And they don't admit that they hacked into your phone and they sent it. And all of that is confusing you. It's making you feel unstable, and they're playing with you. They're breaking you down is what is happening. Some go even farther, and they begin to hire private investigators to stalk you. So they're not going to stalk you themselves, but they're going to get somebody else to do it. And even when you ask them to stop, they continue to do it. So those are all the different types of cyber stalking that are happening today. As I'm sure you can imagine, this is going to have a profound effect on anybody that it happens to. The amount of fear and anxiety that it creates. Every time you go on Facebook or Instagram, you're just fearful of what's going to be there today. Are there going to be posts? Are there going to be comments? What am I going to have to deal with today? Every time you get a text or email, you panic a little bit. It just starts to create this building stress and anxiety inside. But then there's anger that it's building. You want it to stop, but they're not respecting your no. And you're getting more and more angry. You don't know what to do. You've talked to the police, nothing's happening. And you're just getting angrier and angrier. And then you're getting depressed. This sucks. Your reputation is being destroyed. You're being blackmailed. You're intimidated. You're fearful all the time. And so depression can settle in because you're just feeling you've lost control. Somebody is out to destroy you, and it looks like they're winning. And then there's a whole bunch of shame. How can I face my friends? How can I face my family? Because they're receiving all of these posts about me that I didn't put out there, but somebody did. Your reputation is suffering. Your boss calls you into his office to talk about some of the stuff that's happening. And that can lead some people to lose jobs, end up with relationship and family conflict, and then even suicidal ideation. Now, I need to make a note here. Often when this happens, the first people we want to talk to and look to for support, look to for help, is our family and friends. And we say, wow, my ex did this, or this person I've been seeing is doing this to me. We expect them to support us. We expect them to believe us. But sadly, for many people, their friends and their family, they blame you. They go, what did you do? You must have done something to incite this, to bring it on. It's probably your fault. Or they minimize the seriousness of it. They go, oh, it's not that big a deal. Don't get too concerned. And they really downplay it. They don't take it seriously. Or they got to meet the narcissist that's cyber stalking you. And they like that narcissist. And that narcissist has built a wee bit of a relationship with them and talked to them about, and they felt kind of have a lot of respect for the narcissist. And now they're believing the narcissist. No, he wouldn't do that. He's such a nice guy, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, the very people that should be supporting and believing you are turning against you. That just adds a profound level of pain that you didn't see coming. It's so depressing. And you all of a sudden feel totally alone in this. Hopefully you'll have at least one friend that will support you, that believes you, because that's what you're going to need. So if this is happening to you, my heart goes out to you. What do we do about it? I think the laws are gradually catching up with what is happening. There's sadly no laws yet that are out there to help you, but they're gradually starting to happen. So let me just give you some very, very practical things that you can do. Change your passwords frequently and use very complicated passwords. That'd be very hard for anybody to predict. Every time you go on a social media platform and then leave it, make sure you log out. Don't just exit from your phone. Never leave your phone unattended. Carry it with you so that somebody's not going to take it and then use it. When you're out in public, only use secure Wi-Fi networks. If you get friend requests, only accept friend requests from people you can confirm are really who they say they are. Then this next one is so important. Document everything. And I'm going to develop this further, but part of this, I would say, talk to somebody who has experience in helping people who have been in a relationship with a narcissist or have gone through cyber stalking. So Rebecca Zung, and the two people I'm going to mention, I just did a collaborative project with both of them. And Rebecca Zung has developed a whole bunch of very practical tools using ChatGPT, her own product, that helps you to document all text messages, phone calls, calendars, emails. And it helps it get all laid out and documented, because you're going to need that if you ever have to go to legal stuff. You need to build leverage to use against the person who is stalking you. And then the other person, Vanessa Reiser, and she's just written a book called Narcissistic Abuse, which is excellent if you get a chance to read it. And she talks about cyber stalking in that and gives lots of very practical advice. So find somebody with experience who can help you navigate through how to respond to cyber stalking. Many would suggest that you keep a handwritten log of contacts from the cyber stalker, especially if there's the possibility that your computer or phone has been compromised. Write it down on paper so you have something that can't be altered, that's in a data format. Take screenshots of any harassing behaviors, texts, videos, pictures. I would say one of the biggest regrets that many people have that have had a cyber stalker or narcissist in their life is once they think they're done with it, they want to just destroy everything. I want to be done with this person. I'm going to burn everything. I'm going to have a burning party. I'm going to delete everything. This person's finally out of my life. What they don't realize is that other person has kept all of their pictures, kept all of their stuff, and they now can come back later and use it against you, and you don't have a leg to stand on. So don't toss out paperwork. Don't delete horrible photos, even though they make you cringe. Don't delete chat threads from your phone. You need those as proof of their behavior. And then notify your police department. They may not be able to act on a whole bunch of stuff right now, but at least they're becoming aware that something's going on, and they're starting to have a paper trail happening. So talk to your police, and sometimes they can use laws that are related to extortion that can help build leverage against that person to get them to stop. And then please get therapy. You are going through trauma. You are in an environment where you constantly feel unsafe, and that's complex trauma. Get help. You're going to need it. You are dealing with stuff that is being wounded, triggered, that is lots of negative emotions that you need to be able to process with somebody safe so you can heal and get healthy. And again, that's why one of the things we have with our LIFT program is to provide that for people. A couple more practical things. Some people have gone to creating a genderless screen name and changing it periodically. Some create a separate email account through a free service that's not tied to personal or work addresses and is only used when they're online. Don't use your real name or your nickname, and try to limit the amount of personal information that you put online, even about where you're traveling and pictures of family and stuff. And make your social media account private, and make sure your phone is set to lock quickly when it's not in use, and even put a password on your phone, one that's not easy to guess, and be very mindful of who you share your devices with. I would add this. A lot of people, when they get these threats, they just want to confront the aggressor. If the threat level is low, send the aggressor a clear message saying this is unwanted, please stop. And that lets the police know that you've taken action to stop it. And that becomes a benchmark for them. But sometimes the aggressor will say, well, let's meet in public to talk about it. Let's meet face to face to talk about it. That doesn't usually work. That usually is a very bad idea. They are going to use it to further harass you. They're going to use it to try to get more information from you that they can use against you. And so don't confront the aggressor. Just do things to stop what is happening. And so find out about filters and ways to block unwanted information. Don't have personal conversations in publicly viewable forums that people can look in on. Learn the proper rules about profiles and the lingo to use, especially if people can look at that site. And it might be helpful for you to just go on Google and put your name in and to see what information is available for you. So what I want you to hear from this is there's some practical things you can do to get it stopped. If it doesn't, you may need to go to the next level, and that's the police legal. And so that's where you need to start documenting everything. But what I hope you begin to realize is the potential that this ends very quickly. It might happen, but it's usually small. It usually is a bit dragged out, where you have to be in this for a while before it eventually stops. And that's part of what makes this so frustrating and so difficult, is we just want it to be done with. That we gotta not react in our limbic brain. That's so dangerous for us, because then we just feed into what they want to use against us. We have to keep calm, keep going to our cortex, keep talking with people who are knowledgeable, to follow a game plan to actually deal with this in a way that will eventually get it stopped properly, where we gain the right amount of leverage over the other person. So if you're going through this, my heart goes out to you. I hope this will help you. I hope you realize you're not alone. I hope you will get help. Thank you again for being with us. Have a great weekend. See you next time. Hi again. If you found any of this video to be helpful, it would mean so much if you would like, subscribe, make a comment, and if you know somebody else that would benefit from this video, that you would share it with them. That just tells the YouTube algorithms that people are finding this to be helpful material, and then they'll suggest it to others, and it will help even more people. So thank you again for being part of what we're doing. Just wish you the best on your healing journey.